Hey, this is Doug with Mathnasium of Tallahassee and a special edition of our Number Sense video series. Well, the kids are going to be out of school for at least 2 weeks here in Florida, and you may be asking yourself, what are some of the things that we can do to keep our children both occupied, entertained, having fun, but also keeping them sharp as it relates to their academic skills, their math learning, their overall academic learning? We've got a few ideas that we'd like to share to help you both have fun and promote learning in the house. We even have a couple of games that we're going to share with you that we use for our Mathnasium at home instruction. That's the instruction we do online via video conferencing. So if you're practicing social distancing, maybe you've canceled that trip to go visit grandma and grandpa or the cousin, well, here's something that you can do via Facetime or via Skype, some games that we use for our online learning as well. So a couple of things that you can do here. Of course, board games is the really big popular one. You've got Monopoly, Yahtzee is always a favorite. You can do Connect 4, you can do lots of other games, and then you may already have around the house dice games like Math Dice or Quicks. Tangram is another game that's a really good option for students. One of the other things that we do is we make up our own games here. So this one is multiplication bingo. You can see we just handmade this. It's something you can make at the house. In this particular case, it's got 32 squares on it. We're doing multiplication facts for sixes. You get dice out, you roll the dice, they have to multiply, and the goal is to get some sort of bingo or Connect 4, however you want to make the rules as it relates to that. You can also do, if you want to practice geometry, a scavenger hunt. So you create a scorecard with a variety of different shapes. Students and the kids have to go around the house or the yard trying to find as many of those shapes as they can. The one who gets the most wins. Virtual trip planning. So right now, a lot of folks are canceling their trips, understandable, but you can still use a virtual trip planner to help your student practice their math. And at the end of it all, you'll have a great itinerary for down the road that you can actually go on the trip. So you go to Google Maps, you pick your destination, if you're gonna drive, if you're gonna fly, how long would it take to get there, how much gas might it cost, what sort of travel budget do you need to pay for the museums or the different places you're gonna visit. And then you put all that together, there's lots of math activities taking place there. And at the end of it all, you've got your itinerary ready so that down the road you can actually take that trip. Cooking and baking, other great options as it relates to having fun together as a family and doing math. There's fractions, there's proportions, there's ratios, measurement. So there's lots of different math aspects that go into that. One of the things we like to do, make a homemade pizza, and then you can practice your fractions, right? You've made the pizza, and then you can work with your child and say, hey, if we cut it in half, how big are the slices? If we cut it in quarters, if we cut it into eighths, and then which one is the greater number, 1/8 versus 1/4. The great part about it is you've not only practiced your math, but when you're done, you've got dinner waiting and all ready to go. Right? And even if you're practicing social distancing, or maybe you've canceled that trip to see grandma, grandpa, or the cousins, they can still get involved because you can do some stuff online, just like we do with our Mathnasium at home online instruction. All you need, simple deck of cards. You can do addition facts, you can do subtraction facts. It really works to do everything as far as that goes. So let's say I hold up a 11 and the other student on the other end of the line is holding up a 5. Someone can tell me the sum is 16, and then I know based on the fact that I'm seeing the other student's 5, I now have to do some math and realize I'm holding an 11. You can do the same thing with multiplication facts and do multiplication war. We'll put all of these instructions on our website so you can see more as to how the games themselves work. These are all great ideas as to how you can help keep your child engaged during this time away from school and help have fun without it all just being about screen time and video games. Be sure to check out our Number Sense video series for additional tips. And in the meantime, we hope everybody stays safe.